On the 12 days of transformation, your movement maker mama gifted to you. Yes, you. Janae Marie coming to your live screen to share with you day 4 of the 12 days of transformation. And I think you're going to really like what I share with you on this lovely night. This is a broadcast series that I have decided to dive deeper with all of you as I share some of the best ways that I have had the best proven methods for overcoming challenges, overcoming trauma, pushing through it each and every day, the triggers, the temptations, the reason that I still want to create a life of desire. So I'm going to be sharing with you an awesome portion of actually a course that I have created when it comes to it's the halfway point in this course. But as I've shared with you on day 1, it's really important to embrace and empower the now moment. So I hope that when I share having the power of now, the power of letting go of the past, that's where depression lives, not focusing on the future tripping, that's where anxiety lies, and coming into your breath. And when you have that anxiety and that depression, because it's difficult to just stop focusing on the past overnight, it's difficult to stop focusing on the future, especially if you are someone like myself who has endured a lot of trauma, especially in this past year, becoming a single mom because my son's father passed away just 3 months ago, having the loss of both my parents, having to deal with their estate and having no will in place, and just losing the people in my life. It seems on top of that, I've been a nurse for almost 20 years, no longer with that job. My son having to do virtual school, some school. The holiday season is definitely different this year. We're having holidays at my new home where I am surrounded with all these materials. However, I went through a year where a lot of the people that I loved and usually spend the holiday season every year with are no longer with us. And they're with me in my belief, in my spiritual belief. And through the elevation of my vibe, the elevation of my mood, a brighter way to look forward, always seeing the lessons and the miracles along the way is a tip I shared for day 2. And I also gave you an action step where you should write yourself a forgiveness letter. And writing yourself a forgiveness letter, dear Janae Marie, I forgive myself for not having the chance to really say how much my mom meant to me. I forgive myself for being with a man when I was 15 to the age of 20 that abused me, that tried killing me. Real life story that I put my parents through hell with. I had to send him to jail for 7 years, never seeing him again. He's no longer with us. Starting my relationships off in that way and going into my 20s after just dealing with that, you can imagine the type of person I may have shown up as, using my knowledge and becoming a nurse and now becoming a mom. I really realized that I had a lot more to offer. I worked as a school nurse. I worked as I loved teaching. I taught others how to become CNAs. I was able to work the floor, rehab units, so much. I've I love to serve. And then I became a mom and knew that I had to step it up. And when my son's father, my fiancé, we were together 11 years, when he developed an addiction and it became violent, and it was like the same old story that just was happening to me over and over. And I was a victim of my own circumstance. I cried and complained and put myself in a box until I didn't. And it's a life of I wish I had, or I wish I did. And I am glad I did. I'm glad I decided to change. And it started off with a journey to lose weight. I joined a social marketing team. I am still with that industry, love it. It's helped me. Vitality was tip number 3, and serving yourself on day 3, doing something special for yourself, gifting yourself, as I gifted myself with my brand new nails yesterday, and I bought myself a MAC makeup, and just, really treat yourself was tip number 3. And really reflecting on a bonus tip that I had given in this past 4 days was writing down clearly all the bad things that have happened to you in 2020, all the good things, or you can do it overall, all the good things, all the miracles that showed up anyway, such as, despite losing my parents, my father worked hard his whole life, my mother worked hard her whole life. They didn't leave debt. They left some assets for my brother and I and my son. Opening up a drawer and finding $4,000 in it, finding my grandmother's wedding ring, the miracles along the way that connect you. Recently, just finding the engagement ring that my son's father had given to me 6 years ago that I thought I lost forever. And then the lessons you learned anyway. And then once you have this clear, the goal of this document that you create, this letter, whatever it is to either bury it, burn it, and put the past behind. Because today we're going to talk about creating that life you truly desire. And it requires 3 things. It requires your willingness to want and decide that you need to overcome, face something, a willingness. It requires action and taking the steps of creating yourself a new habit, a new daily routine, little rituals. I will be teaching in my ultimate course on how you could transform your life in 30 days or less, and it will be an everlasting effect. And when other challenges or other traumas, because they will happen, come into your life, you will have the tools, the resourcefulness. And then if you're someone such as myself, someone that is a nurse, has the degree, has the skills, but lives in a place such as Connecticut, in a world that has changed, and so must we, especially where I'm from, the wearing of masks, the healthcare system, it's all very dangerous. And then with loss of family, it's definitely a must, in my opinion, to have some type of second way, third way to make an income stream. And with over 4 billion individuals using social media, and recognizing and raising awareness on what is possible for when you do identify these traumas, the superpower that you reveal so that you can now become the leader of your own life, and mind, body, and soul, you do have control to do this. You can do anything. Say, as one of my best friends, Lily, she's very crafty, very just, there's so many people that would benefit, so many moms that would benefit from her skill set. I have another best friend, Brucey, who when it comes to cooking, service, graphic design, he has the skills. And even such as my son and and other children are in your life. My son has so many skills in teaching other children how to still look at life with a positive view. And that is what tonight is all about. On day 4, I want you, and I also, before I go forward, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Having the attitude of gratitude is a must going in. That's your third need for a transformational of 12 days of transformation. This movement maker mama gave to you for it to actually work. So, elevating your vibe. So, you had the terrible day today, such as couple months ago, I phone call, my fiance gone, fell to the floor. I couldn't even step into our new home that we had just moved into maybe a month prior for at least 2.5 weeks. I had to stay at my childhood best friend's house, not because we didn't have a home, but because I did not feel at home. And it was just such a feeling where you didn't have mom to call, you didn't have dad to call. Your brother, yeah, I have a twin brother, but he's going through just as much, if not worse, emotions. Feeling like I had no home was a big wake up call for me. It was a breakthrough moment where I realized that I've spent the last 4 years really investing in myself, investing in my personal development, because taking on an online home business, whether you're doing it full time, part time, whatever time, it comes with a personal development journey if you really go all in and you decide to immerse yourself. And before that, if you don't know personal development and what that term means, what it means is just improving yourself a little each day, recognizing what in your life has really held you back, has kept you stuck, recognizing that you are your only way to move forward. Your decisions and the way that you look at life, having a different mindset, and working on who you want to show up as, your values, and what you want to let go of are so key in a transformational success story. And I became very passionate and very just, I'm here. I'm here. I'm still standing. I'm showing up, and I'm doing it despite of what other people may think, despite of if it's going to take me 10 years or if it takes me a year, whatever it is, I'm doing it anyway because I realize that in this world, I have a superpower, and so do you. I realize that someone doesn't go through the traumas and challenges and obstacles and is still standing and doesn't have a story that must be heard. I realize that because of the past trauma, I now have future successful triumphs to share, to help others embrace and share. And when you learn the basics and the simplicity of what it really takes to create that impact and income, and if you're someone such as myself and you really want to see the other way of living, the way that I have been able and so gratefully so gifted of you through mentors, through masterminds, through mentorships, through investing, through education, with an elevated view, an elevated vibe, I have the ability to create my ultimate desired life. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So I hope that that could be exciting for you. And we'll go into sharing the screen and seeing if you find value in creating the life you truly desire. We're going to zoom in as much as we can. And let me just check and see what it looks like on the screen. Let's see if it looks better this way. Okay, you're gonna just have to miss my beautiful face for a few moments, and we'll get this on the screen. Let's see if I can just show you this document here. Hold on. Let's see. So I think I made my screen a little bit too big. Hold on. Let's hope that you can see it. So, remember when you were a child and your friends or siblings would say, I dare you. Those dares carried so much weight and pressure. Kids will often do almost anything to follow through on a dare. If you really want to be successful, you'll need a similar commitment. I dare to live your dream. Dare to clarify your mission and your vision, your meaningful purpose in life. I dare to dream. I dare to visualize it. I dare to create with the universe and bring it into fruition. I dare to follow your inspiration and go out and accomplish it. Once you've cleared your guilt, your fears, and your obstacles, and that is why I'm so passionate about helping people turn and transform past traumas into their future triumphs, because once we dare to do so and we get rid of the guilt, we get rid of the fear and the obstacles, there's nothing stopping you from achieving what you desire. Maybe you don't want an online business, but you do need to do this work to really realize what that want and full fulfillment, that self-actualization is. So deepening your practice of using affirmations. I have an affirmation course that I created, and I will link it in this video as a part of this challenge and a Christmas gift for all of you. The use of vision boards in designing your future. I have a couple videos that I've created on vision boards, defining your values, your roles. We're going to draft your own personal mission statement in life. I'm on a mission inspired to transform lives, mind, body, and soul. You have control to design the life of your true desires. That's my mission. And understand the four pursuits of life. So we're going to be always co-creating. You know, hear things, you are what you think, the 5 steps of the law of attraction. These 5 steps as a whole is how to co-create and organize and shape the life you desire. And I went over them, getting clarity on what you do and do not want, covered step 3 and 4, finding and clearing those limiting beliefs and the energy that created and is created because of them. And 4, prepared you by showing us the power of the mind, your mindful self, both conscious and subconscious, and being aware of your thoughts, your complaints, what you're saying, what you're putting out there, how you're showing up in life is how life will show up for you. And creating your reality is to explore the understanding of this. And we all have that story that tells ourselves about ourselves. And to define our view, we are our own outlined perceived limitations. And we have these stories that support this, as I shared a couple in the brief beginning of this. So we have to take those stories of past frustration and really let them go, using the support and belief that you recognize from these stories. Stop believing them and challenge yourself without reliance on the same old story, just a different day, same old, just a different year. Really make the choice during this 12 days of free value that I'm bringing to you to say, you know what, I do need to face this feeling that's holding me back. It's keeping me procrastinating. Henry Ford famously expressed it this way: if you think you can do a thing or think you can't do a thing, you're right. So let's start thinking more of I think I can, I think I can, I can, I can, I can. We have stories about our appearance, our intelligence, and just as I've been a part of a new mastermind, I have really even learned the fact that I was so good at sports. And I remember my freshman year, I was the main pitcher. No one else could pitch, and I pitched every game. And so I had that feeling of leadership. So going back as far as when you were a kid, when you were playing sports, really identifying these limitations is important. And associating growth and change is how we're going to do this. And maintaining this growth or improvement is vital. And I've done so by sticking consistently to what has worked. And it's what some of the things that I've gone over with you in the last few days, what I will finish going over with you, and it's what my life work is becoming, teaching people these simple but vital rituals, routines, ways of looking at life, living life is critical before you really can have your ultimate career, that life you really desire to live. Once we start to set our stories straight, we begin to feel much greater sense of control and empowerment. We feel responsible, capable, and worthy. And these are all things that I want for you. I want you to realize you are responsible, you are capable, and you are worthy. And we have more left in this life. Yes, I lost a lot, and I lost a lot of things that you can't get back in this life as we know it. And that's more difficult, I think, than the materials. Like, you hear the stories, and believe me, I've been dead broke. And but you could always figure a way out of being dead broke. You can't bring someone back into your life that has left. So I can resonate with you when it feels like things are happening to you. But I hope and pray and really am showing up every day anyway, despite of, because I want you to see, if you just learn that life is happening for you, not to you. And when you realize what the for is, that's when your life can finally move forward. So some tips is present tense language. Use your subconscious mind communicating in present tense. Repetition, affirming, action and action over again. I checking in with your emotions. How do I feel today? If I'm happy and I know it, I'm in alignment. I shared that. I am a leader. I am powerful. I am capable. I am worthy. I am. I love you. I love you. I love you. And it sounds silly. And if you have difficulties with, some people say they have difficulty saying I am something when they aren't there yet. I'm so happy and grateful that I have the capabilities and the power to be, if that helps. Having the action steps, visualizing yourself doing this, stop playing make believe, and really visualize. I have a clear visualization. I could tell anyone that asks me of my dream home, of my dream life. I have this, it doesn't have to be enormous, but I have this beautiful lake house exactly as I visualize it. My neighbor is far enough where we can enjoy it without bother, but close enough to say hi in the morning as he's walking his dog. I have my hammock by the water as I film my videos or read my best-selling book. I have a beautiful tree house for my kids. I get married on this lake house with the fire of a beautiful fire pit, a beautiful fire inside, a wraparound porch. It's so clear visual. visualization. And this is the vision that pulls me from the pain that pushed me. And it really helps me to stay inspired and helps me focus and be resourceful and connect and create this mission and this vision. So engaging all your five senses into that what you want process and your emotion. Elevation, celebration, celebrate the elevation in life. Find ways to elevate your mind, body, your movements, your soul, everything around you. And affirmation. We're not going to go deep into all of this because we'll be here for an entire course module, but I'm wanting to believe that. I'm willing to believe that. I'm trusting that it is true, that I'm learning to, I'm opening to. These are other ways that you can do affirmations and speak them loud and record yourself, listen to yourself. There's circular affirmations. To utilize circular, simply say, the more I blank, the new habit you want to develop. The more I feel, the better I feel. The more I show up on video, the more confident and more belief I have in my abilities to create an impact. Visualizing, I went deeper into how visualizing and really just taking 10 minutes, closing your eyes. What is it that you want? Get it really clear. It's a process, but once you get there, it's really powerful. Power of awareness elaborates in visualizing, and it will transform your life. All transformation begins with an intense burning desire to be transformed. The first step in renewing the mind is desire. You want to be different. Before you can begin to change yourself, then you must take your future dream a present fact. Your do is assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled by desire to be the other than what you are. You can create an ideal of the person you want to be and assume that you already are that person. Feeling that, you must assume it with fulfillment, assumption, and the secondary vividness of reality. You must imagine that you are already there, but detach yourself from that outcome and have that fulfillment of desire. Me and my son, we talk big money. We are going to be millionaires. We're going to be billionaires. My son's 7, and we talk big in this house, despite all of the loss, all of the challenges. And I've basically always been a single mom because once my son was born, that's when his addiction became, and I endured a lot of pain throughout those years and before he was here. So I know that there's more than one trauma, more than one challenge. Decide on letting it go, decide on how you want to package it up and really share it, whether it's with yourself on a paper to forgive and let live, or whether it's something bigger than yourself, dreaming bigger in your mind's eye. Now make the image bigger, really 3D style when you're visualizing. This I'm going to briefly go through. Vision boards, I have give or take on them. I don't want you to get really stuck. It's this or something better. So a vision board, create, if you've never heard the term, I'm sure most of you have. A vision board is just creating a board with different things that you want to show up in your life. The house, the car, the kids, the family. But be careful. Get really clear even on those pictures, because you don't want to just attract a relationship. You want to attract a certain kind of relationship. So I dive deeper into that when we go through visualizing and different ways, because I don't have a vision board, but I've created one. But I never focused too much on that. I just focused on the action I took every day, the vision that I have within my mind, and the inspiration that I decide to take on the signs that I have allowed myself to see. And if you are blocked, if you are limited, if you are traumatized, sometimes, most likely, you aren't seeing those signs, those inspirations, those powerful ways forward, because you're feeling victimized and you have every right to. But until you realize, if you stay in a victim mindset, you won't have a desired lifestyle. And it's not going to be a good life if you stay thinking about all the things that happen to you. It's daunting. So getting those mission and vision statements, your mission and your why. So I'll give you that homework. Create a vision and mission statement. We're going to go quickly over the 4 pursuits of life, and then I'm going to flash down to the bottom. You have access to this exact document in the area where I have my membership site. So I will link it and I offer it to you for free to look at it. So security. We all want security, and it's in our DNA. So the aim in life, without security, you're going to feel at lack. So what can you do to feel more secure? For me, my security was when I realized something worked, when I realized other people were making it possible for me, I went for the dream, the vision, and I'm still here. And the survival for your safety. This includes your shelter, your food, your finances, security. Work gives you meaning and purpose, and life is empty without it. He is referring to your why. Why you work, why you get out of bed, why you'd rather sleep in. Why is how you care for yourself, what food you eat, all of it. So why? Not why me. Why must I do more? Pleasure. We all want pleasure. We're all wired for the pursuit of pleasure. So what is it that gives you pleasure? What is it that gives you passion? If you organize your life around your passion, you could turn your passion into your story, and then you turn your story into something bigger, something that matters. I am here to help transform your past trauma into your future triumphs of success. I want to help you be successful from the things that you overcame, from the trauma that you felt, because it's not just you, but your story is unique to others. But you can resonate and help and save, and the more awareness of this, the more lives we impact and can save. Life purpose is number 3. The third pursuit, why do I exist? How many of us have asked us that? It's like a big, gigantic puzzle. Every individual is a unique puzzle piece. If one piece is missing, the puzzle is incomplete. There's no greater gift that you could receive into the honor of your calling is why you were born and how you become most truly alive. Oprah Winfrey is a significant, important person that discovered life purpose and mission in life. In discovering and living such a clear and defined purpose, we can accomplish our mission. We don't leave this life with our music still playing in us. What are the clues in your life that you can lead to discover your life purpose? A leader in the field of coaching, 1 out of 80 people we have, for every 80 people, there's one coach. And whether you call it mentoring, such as myself, or a coaching, it's a need. So once you go through these 12 days and you really see that you have something that matters and something that you want to share, and it's going to give you this spiritual fulfillment, getting in touch with your higher self. If you neglect this important area of your life, you will never really have that full balance. You'll never have that full fulfilled, regardless of success. I have so many material things right now, but without everything else that I am pushing for and pulling for and wanting for, I would not have that ultimate fulfillment. But I am happy, so I can have it. So you have to be happy first, whatever place you are in. It's easier said than done, and that's why I created something as I share with you each and every day, so that we can make this happen. and I'm just scrolling down. So remember that personal mission statements are usually going to be optimistic. A brief list of values I'll share with you right here: clarity, independence, integrity. I don't think I have to read them all to you. You can see them on the screen. But these are values. What are your values? What do you stand for? As I was sharing yesterday, um, my 30,000 feet high cry of the brand that I am is, I dare to dream bigger again in a league of my own, despite the trauma and the drama and the pain and the struggle. So, what is your reasons? And I'm going to just go down to your further exploration. Let's see. This is all assignments that you would have to getting all of these things and keeping track of it. Well, let me see if I missed it. Discover your passion by examining your top achievements. What are you most proud of? What 3 things in life have you received awards for? So this is some ways. What can you do over and over again without getting bored of? Finding your purpose. The 10 things with record of your family that you've always meant to do. Your bucket list is a good one. List 10 things with regard to your personal life that you've always meant to do. I'll share one more with you, and then I'll bring my beautiful face back on the screen, and we'll end tonight, because tomorrow is all about money mindset. List 10 things with regard to your finances that you've always meant to do. So on that note, we're going to stop sharing that, and I'm going to come back to you. Come back to me. So in this broadcast, we are on day 4. You just were gifted. Hi, Camille. I love you. I love you. I love you a lot. I really believe, stick with me. We got, what do we got? It's 4 minus 12. 8 more days of transformation. This movement maker mama. This Christmas of new beginnings. This new 2021 ahead. This 12 days of transformation, I promise you, minimally will gift you some simple actions that you could do to really clarify, socialize, and amplify your life. And I really want to be a person that supports this journey because I'm on it with you. I really want you to see the brighter side. I really want you to realize that there's so much left, even though it feels some days like it's hard. It's always going to be hard, but nothing worth doing in life is ever easy. And don't forget these simple phrases that we are introduced to that will stick with you and keep you pushing and moving every single day. So I hope you found value in the 4th day of transformation. Your movement maker mama, Janae Marie, has gifted all of this beautiful document of a desired lifestyle. And if you want more of that, you know who to connect with. I will put in the comments a way to gain access to a clarity call. I also invited you in the description to a weekend warrior workshop where this weekend I'm going to be rebuilding my Instagram, and I'm going to be showing you, without ever doing this before, but taking several classes on how I do this. So I'm going to be jumping in each other's screen. You're more than welcome to join. It will be an hour long, and we're going to see how long, if we can create a decent looking Instagram from scratch. I got some of it up, but basically it needs the pictures, it needs the highlights, it needs the spice, and I'm going to show you for free. The value in that is just priceless, and I hope that you can join me. And I'm going to offer a 30-minute Q&A on Zoom after that broadcast because I'm using two different features. But you are always welcome to set up a clarity call with me, Janae Marie, and I will link that as well because it's absolutely free. You also get a chance to ask yourself the questions that I was given 4 years ago when I had no idea what the possibilities of coaching, mentoring, personal development. I had no idea what those things were. I was given this form to fill out, and I took inspired action. I opened doors of my life's desire. And I share that in my clarity session for you to take a look at and answer for your own self. And I also take a look at what are you looking for clarity on. Do you have a past trauma that you want to move forward from? Whatever it is, I'm not going to pitch you in this call. It's a clarity call. It's let's get clarity on who you are, who you want to be, and all of the above. And if that empowers you to click, yes, I want a clarity call with you, then I am gifted a wonderful, beautiful gift to get to know someone new. If not, I hope you find value in the content that I do share because I do have a mission to share it for those that need it most. And I know that there are people out there that are struggling every day to move forward. And I am one of them. I am someone that steps up, and I am not perfect, and you will not be perfect working with me, but you will be perfectly okay with who you are if you show up and do the work so that life can show up for you. This is Janae Marie, and I hope you have a wonderful